Forgiveness is the key to happiness. A Course in Miracles, lesson 121. This is the idea for today. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Are you allowing yourself the key to happiness, the giving up of trying to control yourself and the world through the holding on of resentments, imagined danger, attacks, defenses? Are you willing to allow yourself the key to your happiness, forgiveness? Giving away these images of the past, giving up what you think about other people, your old perceptions, releasing your perceptions and beliefs about yourself and before to forgive. Could you give up what doesn't work to allow for happiness? Of course. Why wouldn't I do that? Well, there's some kind of attachment to pain and suffering, and thinking that through that I will reach salvation. We've, uh, we've been looking at this intensively over the last 120 days. These how attacking just doesn't seem to work very well. Guilting doesn't seem to work very well, whether it's attacking and guilting ourselves or attacking and guilting other people. And that happiness is God's will for us. And so the key to that today is forgiveness. Given the keys to happiness and light and holiness and the salvation of the world, will you take that key? Will you use that key? Will you allow yourself to have an experience of what forgiveness is? And what we're doing when we're not forgiving, when we're not giving up control or giving away our perceptions of the past, is we're attempting to prove that sins are real. And if that's what you want to do, that's okay. Notice any unwillingness to give up the idea that somebody else is sinning or that you have sinned. And holding on to that and the suffering and misery that ensues from holding on to concepts of sin. Could you allow yourself to notice that there might have merely been some mistakes or errors or ignorance, and come to an experience of the light within you and the light in others? And now that you can see clearly in that light, be happy. Share God's will for you. Forgiveness is the key to happiness, and that's what's here for you today. The key to happiness in forgiveness. We'll begin releasing, and releasing is simply allowing what comes up for you, bringing it to light, letting it be there, letting the light shine upon it. How we say that in the Sedona Method is simply feeling that and then letting it go. Could you bring your attention to anything you're not willing to give up or give away or release, and let it up and give it away, give it up, release it, forgive it, forgive it. It's why letting go, the Sedona Method, and the Course in Miracles work so well together, because it can be really easy to get caught up in the temptation of judgment and evaluation of our worthiness for this function that God has given us, the salvation of the world, by looking at past mistakes or errors and saying that somehow we need to punish ourselves for that before we can be worthy. And so the guilt stacking continues. Today, could you start to let go of some of this guilt that you're holding on yourself and some of this guilt that you're projecting onto others or attempting to control others with? Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Let's begin. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. What images from the past am I unwilling to give away? Is there some image of me being wrong, bad, guilty that I'm unwilling to give away? And could I just bring that up? And behind the thought of that, could I notice the feeling, the darkness, and just begin to feel it, bring it to light? How does it feel to be unforgiving, to not give it away? And I'll just notice this energy which I've been carrying, this darkness, without judging it, moralizing about it, just letting it be there, bringing it to light. And could I forgive? Could I give this up, let it go, release it? Would I release it if I could? I can say yes or no, I'm free. Would I release this darkness, this feeling? Give it up. Forgive myself. When could I release, forgive? It's just a chance for right now. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Here's the answer. Here's the answer. So easy. Could I let it be easy? And could it be okay to see what I have not forgiven in myself for a moment? Could I open up anything that's been stored, lurking in the darkness? Some mistake I made, which I'm insisting on punishing myself for continually. And is it okay to look at that, to notice that, to bring it to light, to excavate? And behind the thought story about whatever happened there, whatever's going on, how does it feel to be carrying that darkness? And could I enlighten it just by looking at it for a moment, feeling what it feels like? And could I give away this perception of the past? Could I forgive it? Would I release this guilt, this apparent mistake or wrong, and be enlightened more? When could I release the darkness that I thought to allow the light that I am? Forgive it and be enlightened. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Is this a key that I would allow for myself? So if I'm not happy, what have I not forgiven? If I'm feeling anything other than happiness, what have I been carrying? And just looking at myself, what have I been carrying? What have I not been forgiving, holding on to about me? And could it be okay just to look at that without shoving it down, pushing it away, hiding it deeper? Could I allow myself to look at it, enlighten it, and feel what it feels like to have been carrying unforgiveness? Behind all the thoughts, the stories in the mind, could I simply allow myself to feel this energy? And could I forgive myself? Could I give away this feeling? Would I forgive myself? Could I release this energy, this darkness, and shine brighter? When could I forgive what has been unhappy and allow for happiness? And I'm free. I never have to. It's my choice. It's okay to hold on to things, to keep them, to begrudge. Though it's suggested that happiness is unlocked through forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. So, taking some person who I'm still carrying some resentment towards, attempting to control them through holding an image of something they seemed to do in the past. And it's okay. We all do that. That's why we're in this course. So, could it be okay for me to look at that? Where am I still attempting to control somebody through holding angry ideas, guilting them, attacking them? Could I notice this unforgiveness? And could I let that energy unstick, unbind, just by feeling it, noticing it, and ignoring the thoughts about whatever they seem to do? I let that darkness come to light just by opening up to it so the light can hit it. And could I surrender, give up? Would I surrender and give up the images about someone? When could I surrender this feeling of unforgiveness that I might be happy? It could even be a close friend or some perceived monster villain out there. I'm either forgiving or I'm not. I'm either holding on to darkness, attacks, and guilt, or I'm released and saved. And there are two. So just taking a look, an honest look, an open look, a not stacking more guilt on myself look at what I've been carrying about somebody, what I haven't forgiven, where I'm condemning or wanting to control them by hanging on to anger or guilt. And could I simply notice how that feels? Could I allow that feeling and just ignore the thoughts in the mind on this frequency of unforgiveness? Just allowing that feeling to begin to release, to begin to forgive through releasing this feeling. Could I release it? Would I release it? It's just a choice, and I'm free to release, to forgive, or not. When could I release, forgive this person, set them free? You get what you give. I get what I give. Would I set them free and be given freedom? And we're not here to make more guilt, more condemnation. We're here to enlighten, to lighten up, to just allow our light to shine brighter. So to honestly look at the darkness that's been held, I actually have a place for this key of forgiveness to go into, to unlock happiness and light. So who have I been holding in darkness, imagining full of sin and wrongness? And there's probably a good seeming reason for that. Though, could I ignore the mind and its perpetuation of darkness? It's clinging to that. And just notice what it feels like to be perpetuating darkness, to be unforgiving with this person. And could I allow the light into the darkness just by feeling what it feels like to be unforgiving, putting the key to happiness into that unforgiveness, beginning to give it up, give it away? Could I give away this darkness? Could I forgive it and allow the light that's there? Would I forgive this person? Give up my perceptions of sin and darkness in them? And how does that feel to forgive them? No longer carrying darkness and seeing it in the world, letting it be replaced with light and happiness. And could you allow yourself to use this key today? Forgiveness is the key to happiness. What is forgiveness? To give away, to give up, to release anything I've been holding about myself or someone else, any darkness. Could you give it away? Give it up, release it, surrender it, and experience the light in yourself that's been waiting. It's always there. Could you forgive? And experience the light in the former enemies, the friends, the family, through just forgiving, giving up releasing these concepts of sin, these attacks and guilt? And could you take it easy and not stack more guilt on yourself, more darkness? Could it be okay when you notice these things? Could you just put in the key? You begin to release what's unhappy to allow yourself happiness, to share in God's will for you, perfect happiness, and to give that to others and the world.